This one hurts worse than Nora Penal, man. This one hurts me a lot, man. I'm feeling a lot of pain, a lot of sadness right now because of the opportunity, man. Because of the opportunity. Nora Penal, we got robbed, man. We could put all our anger, all our pain into a referee, into a decision that was made against us. In this game, man, the decisions were made for us. They were in our favor. The chance was there. We're down 2-1. Red card Kwanzaa. Red card Kwanzaa. We're up a man, and we don't even get to enjoy that because England gets a penalty call within minutes afterwards, bro. Minutes afterwards. And then what? Penalty call goes our way. Raul Jimenez, greatest penalty kicker of all time, scores it. It's 3-2. I regain hope. For 25 minutes, I sincerely thought, this is the golden opportunity.
Yeah.
We score one goal. We're winning this in extra time, bro. We're up a man. The altitude, the Azteca is going to get to these English folks. They're not going to last in extra time. That would be too much to ask out of that team. They subbed Harry Kane out. The opportunity was there. All that was asked of us by the footballing gods was score one goal. Score one more goal. That's why this hurts. That's why this hurts. Crosses into the box. Not very good crosses. No true opportunity in the last 15 minutes. And England puts in one of the greatest performances I've ever seen a team put in a game of this magnitude in a World Cup match. I will talk about that later. Bellingham, a heroic performance, but Mexico couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. And that's why it just hurts me so much, because I'll always be left wondering, what if we could have gotten that last goal? In 2014, it was on the referee. In 2026, it's on us. Just felt a little short despite being up a man and putting ourselves in a position to knock out not some weak team. England, bro. England. And so that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling a little low. I feel a little empty, a little like my fun was cut short a little too early, man. A little too early. I think there was still more for this country, for this team to give. And I think all the fans in attendance also feel a similar feeling of like, we just fizzled out at the end. 3-2. England wins in one of the craziest games, if not the craziest game at the World Cup. The moments in this I'll never forget. I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. Quiñones scoring that insane golazo to bring back hope immediately. In those last 5 minutes of the first half, we almost tied the match, and it was ridiculous what we were doing. But I'm just hurting, bro. I'm just hurting. Chat, let me know how you're feeling. Comment section, let me know how you're feeling. This is a tough one. This is a tough pill to swallow here, as England is a deserving winner of this game.
Yeah, I feel weird, man. Emotionally, I feel like I was kind of put through everything throughout this 90 minutes. Frustration is one that I'm feeling very heavily right now. I look at the 3 goals Mexico conceded today, and it's hard to really accept. First one, Declan Rice just gets the ball in his half. He starts dribbling. Okay, sure. Then he keeps going. We don't stop him. Finds Saka on the right wing. Gets past Gallardo. And then he just puts in a ball, and there's Bellingham. And that was it. That was 1-0 to England. Mexico had all the ball before that one singular moment. And then to kick off immediately after that, Mora on the ball, tries to cut through the English press, gets the ball taken from him, and then boom, all of a sudden, Gordon wriggles through some pressure. Harry Kane's wide open, and yeah, the just chaos ensues. He brings it back in, and there's Jude Bellingham once again. It's just the simplicity of the goals were like just shocking to see. I was shocked, like truly stunned when that second one went in. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. And you already went through the third goal, but it was just more shock because we were up a man at that moment. We had gotten the goal back, and then the ball bobbles at the back off of a goal kick, and then penalty, just out of almost nothing. You look at all 3 goals, they really didn't come from any sort of actual play from England. They were clinical themselves, credit to them. They are that good. But it's almost as if Mexico just turned off 3 times in this match. And when they did, they conceded each time.
Because you look at the rest of the game, they didn't have another opportunity beyond those 3 chances.
No, it was just the goals. That's it. It was just the goals.
That's disappointing, man. I think that is part of what gives me so much hurt right now is, I mean, I'm almost blacked out during those goal scoring sequences. They didn't make sense to me. They still don't. Jude Bellingham scoring a brace in 99 seconds?
Right.
What are we talking about? How? If we had been possessing the ball and dominating for the majority of the game, it's just, I guess it is England just being England, having clinical moments, knowing when to score. But at the same time, there's got to be something. I don't know, man. There's got to be something in the air because that's so weird for us to concede in the way that we did today. It felt so unorthodox. I thought, yes, we're going to concede goals. England's going to score on us. I didn't buy the whole, okay, obviously we have a really good defense. We haven't conceded goals, but England will score on us. I just thought it would be after like 15 minutes of constant pressure and then finally breaking us. Not through a weird transition goal on the first one, a Gilberto Mora mistake on the second one, and then a penalty on the third. And that's how we concede 3 goals. Now we got to overcome a 3-goal deficit. Like,
exactly.
I just didn't think it would be like that. But seeing our response, it was as resilient and as relentless as I would expect out of this team. I mean, being down 2-0, I was starting to think, oh no, we're about to see like a Mexico, Chile, Brazil, Germany type of embarrassment right here because teams of the past concede goals like that and then we don't know how to respond. This Mexican team has showed that we have incredible heart, incredible fight. And that's why so many people felt represented by this squad. And to get that goal back immediately after was a godsend. A godsend. Quiñones, my goodness, the player that you are, scoring for like the 4th game in a row or something like that. And then the next 7 minutes of possession were the best that I've seen, I mean, since the Ecuador game, basically. Like, we looked incredible. England did not look ready. And we had 3 goal-scoring opportunities. Cesar Montes probably the biggest one as he couldn't really figure out to bring the ball down or shoot it. Bellingham is there to clear it, and it's a ridiculous clearance. But we could have tied this game going into halftime, and it's a completely different match. And even with that, a red card in the third, a red card in the second half to just add more fuel to our comeback story. I can't believe we didn't fulfill it. I can't. And I know at the end it was uninspiring, honestly, if we're just looking at it. I think it's very clear that our starting 11 needs to be fresh. And when we tire out and bring in our depth pieces, there's just not much there. Santi Jimenez I don't know what happened to him. I hope he's all right. He ultimately couldn't really give us anything. Memote, neither. And Gallardo and Alvarado, my goodness, I can't even criticize them. The effort that they put in today was ridiculous. They looked gassed by the end of this game, going up and down that flank nonstop. But unfortunately, they just couldn't send in a proper cross. And England was there to meet it every time, man. Like, it just ends so flat for me. And it hurts, bro. It really does hurt. Mexico was out in round of 16 against England. And yeah, this is how it ends, man.
It's just pure chaos. This is a lot of suffering watching this game. I think for me, there's just so many different modes in this match. The first 20 minutes, it was poised. It was tight. I didn't even know what was going to happen. Mexico had a lot of the ball, but we couldn't find space. England got on the ball a lot, but our defense actually shut them down, man. We were actually playing very, very well right up until we conceded. And that's the thing. Once that goal went in, this game just almost devolved the longer it went on into one of the most chaotic football matches I've ever seen. Just the goals that came after, the red card that came after, and the scenes, the last final 20 minutes after Jimenez scored that penalty, it was just 6 Mexico players in England's box, and then Gallardo and Alvarado trying to figure out how to get around the first English block. That was the game for 20 minutes, and it's just a crazy images to see. It's nuts. There was Jimenez, Memote, and Santi all on the front line. It was ridiculous scenes, man. But I think that's the beauty of honestly just football when it's played in Mexico. It's chaos. This was a Liga MX game, but amplified to a World Cup level.
Wow,
that's exactly what it felt like. There was a red card. Honestly, I'm surprised there wasn't one more red card with the way this game was going. And England, we already praised their clinicality because that's what showed up here. But I just think their brute force mentality here was enough. It was enough. They too suffered in the same way that Mexico did. They just suffered on the defensive end. They took a lot of hits. They had to stay focused. There was just so much chaos towards them as well. But with those 3 goals, they were able to just ultimately stave off Mexico. And they held on. And they did it. What a result for England when you look at it like that. This was such high pressure that they had to undertake. They come out victorious. So credit to England. They caused Mexico's first loss at the Azteca.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big result for England here. They move on to the quarters, but my God, this is just a wild game.
Yeah, if you look at it by quarters, it gets progressively more crazy.
It just gets crazy.
First quarter, calm,
devolved.
reset. Second quarter, 3 goals, 2 of them for England, 1 for Mexico, and in that last 5-minute onslaught that we had. Third quarter, ridiculous. I think that's when the penalty call happened, when the red card happened, and maybe when we got our second goal back. And then the fourth quarter was nuts. I feel a lot of pride in knowing that it took that Jude Bellingham performance to knock this Mexico team out.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro. It took one of the greatest performances I've seen in World Cup history. This dude's got a 9.2 rating on FootMob. That is insanely high. A brace, goal line clearance, and a mentality that I think carried this English team. I think they all had it, but I think Jude's was infectious. He was hyping up Morgan Rogers when he got on the pitch. He was leading the team up and down the entire time, a constant threat. His touch was really nice in this game. He was so difficult to deal with. And every time he was on the ball, as a person that was cheering against him, he would do the exact thing that I would hope he wouldn't do. And that's the worst thing to play against because that's just a perfect player. He was incredible today. But I do feel a lot of pride in knowing that that's what it took to take out this Mexico team because that's how good we are. And that's why I do also feel a little bit of that, like, damn, like, we could have gone deep in this tournament if we just got a little bit more favorable of a matchup here because look at the game that we just had against clearly a title contender, man. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. I don't think I've seen Mexico really play up to this level and be this close to tying, potentially knocking out a team of this caliber. Like, England is truly incredible. And we talked about in our preview, if England is able to overcome the Azteca test, what that will do for these players. You saw them at the end of this match. They were absolutely gassed, like absolutely. And I think it really took everything, 10 out of 10 from everybody on that pitch, even Tuchel himself, for them to come out alive of the Azteca. And they did just that. I got to give credit to Tuchel. Ultimately, playing the low block game in those last 50 minutes was an absolute risk. Taking out Harry Kane is an insane risk because if Mexico ties it, I truly do believe we would have gone on to win it. I really do. Up a man and with momentum and with added pressure on England and zero offensive attack, I think Mexico can win this game. But he took the gamble. He took the risk. He said, you know what? I'm going to rely on guys like Dan Burn to come up through for us. And bro, they came out amazing. John Stones too. Those center backs for England were absolutely incredible. Stonewall, like just incredible defensive performance that I think is going to go down in England history. Like, to win like that at the Azteca is truly impressive. And so, yeah, I give England a lot of praise because that's what it took to beat this Mexico team, was an incredible performance for a team who was playing away from home. I am pretty amazed, yet also baffled at how some of the goals and moments transpired, but that's football, man. It was a Liga MX match at the end of the day. Jude Bellingham, build him a statue. This will be known as one of his greatest performances ever, in my opinion, at the Azteca. He joins a very short list of legendary players at this stadium, but man, I think Mexico forced England to be as uncomfortable as they have this entire tournament, and England passed the test.
England passed the test. England passed the test. Yeah, it's just, I wouldn't have guessed that England win like this with their backs against it, all 10 players in the box. But that's how it went down. This is just, this is just such a weird game to really comprehend. It's such a strange game. So much energy, so much emotion. Yeah. Dude, I almost want this one back. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like, I get what you mean by this is just worse than no era penal, because that one it was just a robbery. You know, I thought we played great in that match. Here we played really, really good, but couldn't get past that hump of this English defense. That's it. It's just such a weird feeling, man. I don't feel right now.
Like that's one
I don't feel good.
That's turning point that you can look at is the last 15 minutes, but you can also look at that first goal that we conceded. Like, what happens if we don't have that defensive
That's what I'm saying.
switch off all of a sudden? Like, we were pressing them, we were building momentum. Maybe it's 0-0 at halftime, but then what does that game look like? How does that play out? Does it get as dramatic as this one got? I don't think so, but something about that first goal and then the way it was conceded activated an Azteca god who just decided to fiddle with this game for his own entertainment.
It shook Mexico. The first goal really shook us, man. And it's just because it was so nonchalant from an English perspective. I look at that as like the turning point of this game. I'm with you. If England don't get that goal, I think this ends up being like a 1-0 type of result to either side. I don't think this game ends up getting the goals we get. But that one goal just tipped this whole game on its head. And then we saw what happened after. Just so crazy. I've never seen a game like this where just one moment completely changes the trajectory of the match. Because I think for Mexico, it was like, oh shit, we just conceded on a really simple play. We hadn't conceded all tournament long. Now we have to really lock in, because if that's England not at their best and they got a goal on us, what could that mean if England start cooking? I think that's what happened. Then Mora with the mistake, it just stunned us, man. Just completely stunned us.
Yeah, I think it did.
But you're right. Like, I had so much emotion through this, the frustration. But there was so much hope in this game too. Like, for as sad as I am now, there was moments throughout those 90 minutes where, dude, I was high. I was feeling incredible. That Quiñones goal, I didn't think it was going to come, and it came. And then the Raul Jimenez's header. Pickford had actually a great game in goal. If you think about the saves that he had to make,
man.
He made some incredible saves. So just overall, this was almost like a 10 out of 10 defensive performance from England here. It's just crazy. I just wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting this from England, an all-out defensive performance, and yet they still got 3 goals.
3, man.
It just, none of that makes sense to me.
I can't even remember a time where England was attacking our box for more than like 2 minutes straight. All the goals were in transition.
Right.
Like, it's so weird to lose a game like that. It's so bizarre, man. That's why I agree with you that I want this one back, because I got my answer today that this truly was a 50-50 matchup.
Right.
Like, I think that actually is a real thing. Like, I don't think it's outlandish to think that either team would have blown the other team out, because it didn't happen today. And if simple mistakes weren't made, or moments, for both sides didn't happen, like, I think play this game 10 times out of 10. Maybe it's 6-4 split and
yeah,
4 towards Mexico, 6 towards Mexico. And it's got the one today where it ends up being a super chaotic game. But I really do feel like we matched up to England today, and it was weird, but England's a title contender, and we just, I guess that's the difference at the end of the day. We don't have that level of pedigree. Something was missing, and whatever it was, we were offered the chance to prove that we have it in us to do it, and we fell short. We did fall short when the chance was given to us.
I think that's what I'm feeling right now. It's just that, unfortunately, like, it is just disappointment. I'm disappointed that after we scored that second goal, we couldn't make the Azteca erupt. Because I thought it was going to come. We were up a man. We had 25 minutes. Just never came. We couldn't do it. We fell short. That's what I'm feeling right now.
And everything in the build-up to this moment was as perfect as it could have been, man. Like, to think where we were just 2 years ago at the Copa America and like getting grouped and everything. to where we are now, from the moment Aguirre got hired, like, I feel like it's been the right decision time and time again. The start that we had to World Cup, 4 straight games, no losses, no goals, straight wins. This is the best situation could have going into this game. And even in this game, showing that we're here for. I thought we were looking great in that first half.
Looked great.
We just got slapped, man, out of nowhere. We got slapped, and I'll always wonder what it would have been like if that play didn't happen. I'll wonder because I think we could have, on a different day, I think we could have had something special happen today. And I don't know, parallel universe and all that. I wish I could just see it, man.
I wish I could see it, man. I wish we could sim this shit.
Yeah.
Because I really think this is 50-50. We just play this again, man.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about World Cup. It's just 90 minutes one time.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it, bro.
Yep.
I say some positive just to end highly as I'm slowly coming back to earth. Now I feel it. I think I'm coming back into my body as we're talking right now. Lida, incredible, man. He was incredible, not just all tournament long, but in this game as well. He can go toe to toe with, I think, anybody. He's so physical. He reads the game so well. And he showed at this World Cup, he's got the technique as well. He's got to go to Europe.
Yeah.
Like, Lida's ready. Get him out of Mexico. And I think he could be like Mexico's next defensive midfielder for like a decade. I think Lida could be that good.
Damn. I like Lida a lot. I thought, I mean, I get so lost in watching the game. I didn't even think about, like, you know, narratives like that.
Yeah,
like
right.
That,
that's what I'm saying.
Because we are going up against literally Premier League giants. And so, yeah, any takeaways you have here do mean something. Like that. That is a very good one. I'll highlight, I'll talk about Mora. I thought Mora was doing great. And then we can see that first goal. And I think it rattled him. I think the whole team got rattled. And it's just unfortunate. He received the ball with his back turned.
Damn.
And then I think he wanted to be the hero. And I think he wanted to get us out immediately. I don't know if maybe that's a naive decision to make, but, you know, pass the ball back out. Someone didn't tell him that he had 2 players on him. He didn't see it. I don't know.
Right.
It's a big mistake, though. You give the ball up, and that part of the pitch against this England team, it's exactly what they're looking to do here. And it does end up, in my opinion, it does end up being his fault that we can see that second goal. But I'm not gonna be too harsh. I mean, he is 17. We saw him be 17 today. In that moment, up until then, he was being really exciting.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
He's got a hell of a future, man. Yeah. I'm genuinely very, very excited and hopeful to see where Mora takes his career, man. I mean, even if he stays in Mexico for another year, I think talks are he might go to a Premier League club as soon as he turns 18. Whatever it is, I think Mora's the real deal. He showed that at this World Cup. He's been that this last whole year that Aguirre has used him. Mora's a serious talent. There's a calmness to him. His technique is exquisite. He's dangerous. He's so deadly on the ball. And he's just 17. For a CONCACAF star player like that, it is so rare. I don't know if I've actually seen a player this young have the qualities of Mora from a CONCACAF perspective. Mora's got it.
Looking at guys up top, though, it's crazy that the 2 goals we got, Jimenez and Quiñones, once again.
Yes, sir.
This has been the same story the entire tournament. To kind of just talk on each one, Quiñones, I thought also kind of showed, I mean, he's in his prime right now. I think he's 29 years old. Like, if someone wants him, if a big club wants him, he could absolutely hold his own at that club, bro. Oh my God. Incredible performance today. Incredible goal today. This whole tournament, I think, was a big showcasing for Julian. And I would be surprised if he stays in Saudi. Like, at least if he wants to pursue playing at a high level, he should take advantage because he absolutely can. And I've loved Quiñones. I've been high on him ever since his days at Atlas and everything. But I mean, there might be a move here for Quiñones where he ends up at like a top 15 club in the world.
That'd be dope.
And I never saw Quiñones becoming that while also being our starting player for the national team.
Yeah.
Like, I always just saw him as like an overachieving Liga MX guy, or at best a Saudi guy who's stat padding numbers up there. But he's legitimate. There's arguments that he's our best player.
Yeah.
With the form that he showed in this tournament.
Yes.
Quiñones, just his stock has absolutely gone through the roof with this performance at the World Cup.
Absolutely, man. Quinones is my GOAT. He's my GOAT for this tournament, bro. He's incredible. The goal he got, ball's spinning. He stays calm, blasts it past Pickford. It was such a crucial moment for Mexico at the time because we were scrambling to try and rectify the mistakes that put us down 2-0. He got us back into it. That's Julián Quiñones. I like the shout for him to make a bigger move outside of Alcázar. Wonder how much money he's making in Saudi Arabia. Maybe that's the reason why he stays. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if a European club comes calling, I think Quiñones could easily handle the pressure of like a Champions League type club. I truly think he can play anywhere. I mean, we saw what he did today. Clinical in front of goal. He had a crazy chest pass down to Raúl Jiménez. That was just so smart. That's Quiñones, though. He's inventive. He's dynamic. He's ruthless. He's confident. One of my favorite players at this World Cup, Julián Quiñones.
And Raúl Jiménez, what he did today, I thought he gave everything. I thought he gave everything offensively. And what's crazy is he was on his day. He was having a good day shooting-wise. Initially with the first shot that he had off of a header, ridiculous header, bottom right corner, Pickford saves it. Has another heading opportunity at the top of the box, finds a way to put into the top left corner, Pickford saves it. And then the chest opportunity, Quiñones sets it up for him. Can't really connect fully, but still it's a dangerous shot. Goes off target, steps up, scores a big penalty. We don't make that penalty. I mean, we didn't even get close to having a chance at this game. Scores it with this classic penalty taking kick technique. Makes it past Pickford, who did almost get it right there as well. Jimenez, I mean, I'm curious. Like, I think obviously we still test him out and try him for the next year or two, but I'm curious how long he holds this starting position spot because there aren't many challengers at the moment, unless Hormiga like develops his game more and becomes more of the focal point for the national team. Santi finds some form or finds something. We'll talk about him in a second. But Jimenez is old. He's getting old, and he's playing incredible. I'm just curious if this is, one of the final moments we'll see with Raúl Jimenez, or if we're just going to ride him out until there isn't much else to give, like Ender Valencia.
Damn. I didn't even think about Jimenez's age here because he was so good for us. Like, it feels like he's 26.
Dude, I know.
That's crazy. Like, I've never questioned, he's too old for this stage because he's been immaculate these last 2 years for Mexico. He's been our best player, basically, for the last 2 years. So that's going to be something really interesting to follow. I wonder if he just is like, there's no way he'll play another World Cup. So I wonder if he just retires for international football.
Right. Yeah. I'm curious to see. Alvarado, I thought he was great today, man. He gave everything as well.
Yeah.
My goodness. I felt tired watching him play. The amount of tracking back he was doing, going up against Spence and then also against Kwanzaa. It was a ridiculous matchup that he was facing every time. Couldn't really get by him, but he was figuring out ways to get around him, feeding players. All front three, the entire front three did so much to boost their stock this tournament. I'm really happy that in the final game, they all played to the best of their abilities. Wasn't enough, but it's not on them, bro, at the end of the day. Like, they absolutely showed out. I thought our midfield, Romo, Mora, they were the ones that kind of had more mistakes there, but I don't know, man. Like,
it was still good.
It was still good.
Everybody played great today. That's the thing.
Yeah, man. Defensively, guys like Vasquez, get out of Italy, make a bigger move.
He's captain at Genoa.
Yeah.
You take that.
Yeah. Montes going out injured in this game. Edson having to come in. Gallardo Sanchez at fullback and Rangel. I thought they played kind of how you expected. 3-2. Do we stick with Aguirre? Do we stay with him, or do we do the transition to Rafa Marquez now?
Right. I wonder when the transition's planned. I wonder if it was set for after World Cup, the transition just happens. I don't remember the details on it, but Aguirre's done amazing. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there was another person on this whole planet that could have actually gotten Mexico to this stage, but Aguirre did it, man. He did it. He had Mexico playing their best football in the last 20 years. He had Mexico going toe-to-toe against England, only losing by 1 goal here. So for me, Aguirre gets like a 10 out of 10 rating as far as his ability to lead this side and make the right decisions at the right time.
Is this World Cup a success for Mexico? Round of 16 exit. Unable to get to that quarterfinal game once again.
You know, I'm gonna say yes. I do think so. I have two reasons. The first reason, pre-tournament, we look at what Mexico have on paper. You compare it to every other team at this World Cup. I think everybody had Mexico going to the round of 16 and exiting here. So for me, they've actually completed their mission. They got here. They did it in style. So I count that as a success. Now, obviously, we look at what happened during the tournament. Mexico playing some of the best football out of the 48 teams. So I think maybe the expectations were that we could go to the quarterfinals. And I'm definitely there. I think we could have gone. The thing is, though, we played England. And I know a lot of people love to criticize England, but at the end of the day, England is a top 4 side in the world. They are title contenders. They've been to multiple finals in major international tournaments over the last 8 years. This is one of the best international teams, not just at this tournament, but over the last 10 years. Mexico had to face that today. I think we gave absolutely everything to try and get past them, but we just couldn't do it. For me, that's not necessarily failure. I'm disappointed. Right, I'm disappointed. I'm frustrated in the way it played out. But England, man, they got some of the best ballers in the world playing at the highest level. I'm not going to say that's a failure.
I think it's a success, man. I think it's absolutely a success. Where we were 4 years ago, getting grouped, the lack of belief people had in this team and this project, it made a lot of sense then. But once El Vasco joined, slowly but surely, I think he flipped the narrative for us, man. He gave us hope once again, and that's the biggest thing that I wanted going into this tournament. Us hosting it, having the games at the Azteca, and just everything that comes with hosting a World Cup. Like, I wanted us to have a good team to represent our country, represent our people, and showcase good Mexican performances. And we got that. I think we did get that. And 4 straight games we won. The Ecuador performance will be the highlight for sure. So yeah, man, the fact, like, bro, we were 20 minutes away from tying England, up a man, unable to do it. Yes, but like, I'm taking that deal, bro. After how badly we played, even 2 years ago at the Copa America, like, come on, no, you can't convince me otherwise, bro. This is an absolute success. Like, I know we're still stuck in the round of 16. We still can't make it past, but every time that we go in the round of 16, you got to interpret what that loss is like. For example, 2018, we got knocked out to Brazil 2-0. They completely dominated us. We didn't stand a chance. That to me was more demoralizing than this one when it comes to rating our team and seeing where we stand in world football. You're right. Going up against England, who's a contender, the way that we just did and pushing them to the absolute brink, I think is a massive, massive positive sign for this team. Mexico out in the round of 16, England 3, Mexico 2. One of the games of the tournament, I'm sure, if you were neutral, I can't even imagine what that must have been like to watch. But Mexico ends up falling short here. They end up falling short, and it's going to take some time to recover from this loss, because for a second there, I truly believe, man. I truly believe that we could have done it. And we almost did. We almost did, folks. Let me know your thoughts on today's game, your feelings, your emotions. This is a safe place. Let us know down below. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.